Coming up, we explore Georgetown on the island of Penang in Malaysia for the very first time, where we soak in the culture, street art and rich history. If you're new to the channel, we're Matt and Jade. We quit our jobs and put all our stuff into storage to go on a 6-month overland adventure across Southeast Asia. We've already explored Thailand, Laos, Vietnam and Cambodia, and now we're travelling north to south through Malaysia.
Today we're going to explore the street art of Penang, but first we're going to take you on a tour around this heritage hotel that we're staying at.
I think it's pretty easy to see why we chose to stay at Kelantan House. Rooms are cosy and comfortable, and the communal areas in particular are absolutely stunning. So we are starting off from our hotel, but we need to get to the other side of the city, and to do that we're going to get the bus, in particular the CAT bus. Now CAT stands for Central Area Transit, and it's a completely free bus. So yeah, we're just at the bus stop here and let's jump on. Just across the road from Weld Quay Jetty bus terminal is a converted warehouse housing art spaces, shops and cafes. After a quick stop for a drink, we headed for some lunch. Hello! Soup, or soupe, has since changed its name, probably because no one can pronounce it, to Plant a Seed, but still serves 100% vegan, Japanese-inspired food. Oh my goodness, that food was so good. Looked good, right? Well, tasted amazing. We haven't had Japanese food in such a long time, nor have we had really good cake. And that cake was really good. Georgetown is known for its street art. After lunch, we begin searching for some.
There's 52 of these metal sculptures that were commissioned. So there was a competition for marking Georgetown as part of the UNESCO status, and a lot of these kind of depict what the functions of the streets were in the time, or something historical, maybe around food or something that they did, or about the people that lived in these places. So this one is about pilgrims, because just a bit further down is the jetties, so where they would get the boats. So, yeah.
We're on our way to the aforementioned jetties. These aren't just piers, they are entire floating villages, literal extensions of the city built right over the water. Their story began in the late 19th century. As the port grew, Chinese immigrants arrived to work for the docks. To save on taxes and to keep the cost of living low, different clans built these wooden homes on stilts. Each jetty belongs to a specific family name, and for over a century, they functioned as autonomous water towns. Today, they are a living piece of UNESCO World Heritage. While the Chu Jetty is the most well-known and most touristed, Other jetties remain quiet and residential, where life still moves to the rhythm of the tides. Modernity is beginning to creep in, but the tradition of living between the land and the sea is still, for the time being at least, holding firm. At the end of Yeo Jetty is a temple. Unlike the other jetties, the new jetty, or mixed Clan Jetty, wasn't founded by a single family. Established in the 1960s, it reflects a more modern post-independence Penang, housing residents with various surnames. Time to check out some more street art. Getting real major flashbacks from my previous visit to Malaysia. When I went to Malacca, there were these cycle rickshaws as well, and they too were playing Psy. So that was about 10 years ago. Interesting to see that the same things happening here.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
It's what makes Malaysia so special. So many cultures, everyone living next to one another so harmoniously. You just go for like a walk for like 20 minutes and see so many different cultures. It's wonderful.
Call to prayer.
Look at that, I mean, another wonderful example, the call to prayer. Just kicking off as we're talking. Oh, I love this country, it's brilliant. Next time, our exploration of Georgetown continues with visits to Little India, Malay Central Mosque, and a stunning Peranakan mansion.
Thank you.